Hello and welcome to this course again. In the last video we were looking at the balance sheet model which was not tally. So I have looked at the errors and have fixed it. The first error that we did was that capital investment we put into only the first year. So if we make it to the whole years, then the balance was reduced. And the other error we did was uh, to not make it the profit accumulative, which we have done now. And the third error we did was we put the inventory values to the total, right, just without any without just extra change, because this amount is only we need to put only the change in the cash balance, not the whole amount, because the whole amount, and if we put into the balance sheet as a in the cash flow as a whole amount, that means that we are putting the change. So either way we would have to either put in the balance sheet accumulative value, means 642 plus 906 and then plus 1156, or we change it to show only the change in the inventory value in our cash flow. So which we have done that. We calculated the change in values from the previous year, and then we put it into the cash flow, because that is the right thing to do. So once we did that, the total of our balance sheet was matched in other years as well. So when you are preparing a financial model, you always have to look at the balancing of the models, so that you can make sure that all the totals are accumulative, all the totals are telling to each other, the balance sheet matches, so that you can make sure nothing has been omitted from the balance sheet or from calculating the profit and loss. So here we have completed the three financial statements model here. The profit and loss statement for the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the cash flow for year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we are showing how much we are going to make from the operating cash flows, how much investments we need in every year, and how we are going to finance our transactions, and what would be the cash balance. Then we finish our balance sheet as well, how much we would have a balance in the fixed assets, how much would be the net book value, what would be the capital asset, and how much would be our equity. So that is the one model of the financial statements. As we have discussed in our previous course, the capital budgeting involves a lot of other factors as well, like outsourcing decisions, making decisions on the repairs and investments, choosing between different projects. You can calculate the IRR methods here. So IRR method is going to be simple. You can just calculate based on your cash flows. You can use IRR, and then you select all the year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, this is the total. Then we just need to get the accumulative one. So IRR here, and actually there has to be initial number as well. So what you can do basically is you can create IRR calculation. So your year 0, your initial investment is you have a cash flow here, so your initial investment was 70,000, 75,000, right? Which you can see from the cash capex. So year 1, our cash requirement, our total investment is 80,021. That's what we are taking, but we have taken a loan of only 10,000 plus 65,000. So our investment is um, $75,000, our initial investment and our capital. And then you have year 1, your cash balance, year 2, year 3, year 3, and year 4, and then you have year 5, right? And then you can link it with your cash flow statement, which is going to be here. And by the way, here what we are calculating is unlevered, is a levered IRR. So there are two type of IRRs that we can calculate really, the unlevered and levered. So we're gonna be looking at that separately. So you can link the cash flows. The linkings are necessary so that you can actually understand, and whenever it's updated, you can get it updated. So the one way is to calculate a net present value. So the net present value is, even though in the total we are making money, and when you say that the IRR is, you can just use a formula here, equals IRR, all these values, we get 15% IRR. And if you want to calculate net present value, you can calculate net present value here. Can calculate that by yourself. This is unlevered IR. Levered IRR means we have paid the cash balances here. We have returned. So this is the return on equity only to the equity owners, not to the overall company. But if you are going to say that we need to calculate the IRR for the business as a whole, then you need to calculate the cash flows from operating aspects, not from the investing aspect. So this money has already been spent. So basically you can calculate on the year 2, on the year 3, then you have year 4, you have year 5. So that's your investment, and your IRR is going to be 38%. So that's how we calculate at the business level. So this is how really we can create financial models to evaluate the projects. In another part 2 of this course, we're gonna be looking at the other business related decisions which you can solve by using the financial modeling for our decision making. Thank you very much, and I hope you like the course. If you have any suggestions or missed anything, or you want me to add anything here, you can let me know.